Welcome to the Small Business Show. My name is Swire from Garuda Promo. Today we have wardrobe stylist Carolyn Martin. How you doing,
Hi,
Carolyn?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. I've been wanting to have you on the show for a long time. First of all, how do I look virtually?
Hey, you are branded. You're looking great.
Okay, thank you. And also, I wanted to see your take because since all this craziness happened, we've been doing a lot of virtual meeting, and I do at least 3 to 4 Zoom meetings per day. I see people dress differently. Like normally, if I go to networking event, I put on a jacket, I put the company
Yeah,
shirt with logo on. But now I'm seeing people they from all over the place. People still dress professionally, but then, I see people that maybe in their pajamas or maybe they're just
right.
hanging out and hop on. Like, what is your take on that, as a stylist?
Well, every time that we present ourselves, whether we're working from home or we're in an office or we're networking, that visual that we're sharing with people is a representation of our brand. So if I'm having a video conference and I'm sitting in bed and you can see my bed frame behind me and I have my pajamas on, I'm not really communicating the message to you of what my brand is, what it represents. And I don't seem fully prepared to, jump into the workday.
Does it have to be really fancy, or like what would be like? Sometimes I'll wear a tie and jacket. Like, should I be wearing those same outfit, or people accept that, since we're meeting virtually, you could be more business casual, is what I'm getting to.
Definitely, definitely. So you don't have to be formal to look presentable. What you really want to focus on is what is your brand, and that could be, a T-shirt and a really nice cardigan, and then you have your joggers and or your leggings on the bottom. But what you really want to focus on is just a really polished and clean look to look put together and professional, but it absolutely does not have to be a business formal attire.
So basically, it's just the branding and image of how you want people to perceive that you are. You don't have to put nice and ties or a jacket, dress, but just when people think of you, like this is the now people see an image. This is an image that comes up in the
Right.
head, not sitting on in a bed with pajamas.
Right. And so you're creating an image of your brand by what you're wearing, by, if you're a female, how your hair looks, how your makeup looks, but then also the background. So what people are seeing in the background is also creating an image of your brand. So that's really important to consider too when you're hopping on conference calls.
Yeah, because if all things fail and if people are using Zoom, they can actually, if their computer allows to do a virtual background. So if nothing
Oh,
works
yeah.
in the back, so if you guys are on Zoom, go to the bottom where you have next to the stop video, there's an up
Yeah.
arrow, and you can actually change to have a virtual background. So you could be branded if nothing in the background works for you. So that's another tips I think I've
Right.
learned so
You
far.
could be in a tropical island,
Yeah,
be floating through space.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any examples of style that can be easy put together that you can walk us through today?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to show you examples of some different looks and just some tips to think about
Yeah.
while you're getting dressed. So let me share my screen with you. Let's do this one. Okay. And can you see this wire?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, great. I will make this big. Okay, awesome. So I have examples of male and female.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely when you're getting dressed, solid colors are the best option to choose from. And if you want to interject some personality into it and some personal style, you can focus on some fashion tops. So maybe that's a gathered sleeve. Maybe it's a bright color that makes you feel really, really confident. That's always very important. Color will evoke certain emotion. So if you know a color that looks really, really great on you or just makes you feel really confident, choose that color. And that could be a really great option to wear, if you're speaking to investors or a potential new client. Here's some examples of menswear too. So wearing a nice clean t-shirt that fits well is good, but a better option is to choose something with a little bit of elevated details. Just looks a little bit more dressed up than maybe a t-shirt that you wore to bed. So an option can be a polo. I really like this example here because it has some woven details in the collar. You know, polos don't have to be that dad look. There are really, really nice looking polos out there. Swire, you have a great polo on, branded with your company, looks awesome. So those are some great examples for menswear. And then another really great trick is to just toss on a jacket for that, you know, hour that you're on a conference call. So say you're wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants or a t-shirt and leggings, all you need to do is pop on a jacket over top of that t-shirt, and now all of a sudden you have a really polished look. These two jackets on the ends, the first and the third, that have the little lightning bolt next to them,
Right.
those are actually knit fabrics. So a knit means it's stretchy, like a t-shirt or a sweater. So these are really, really comfortable pieces to put on. You still look really polished, but you're really comfortable and have lots of movement.
Nice.
So, yeah, just a little trick there. And then again, these are some examples of menswear too. In the middle, he's got a bomber jacket on, but he's really just wearing that over a white t-shirt and he looks super polished.
Oh, that's easy to do.
Yeah, so easy. This first guy here, you'll see a bigger picture of it later, but he's wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, and he just grabbed a nice looking jacket that has a collar and threw it over top. Now he looks great for a conference call. All right.
So this takes less than 10 seconds. So like there's no excuse of not looking good, really.
Exactly. So you could be in your PJs and 5 minutes before you have to jump on a video call, go to your closet, grab a jacket, pop it on, and all of a sudden you've transformed your look and you're ready. Some finishing touches is accessorizing. So, you know, for women, tossing on maybe a statement earring with a t-shirt or a nice polished shirt, as long as it doesn't have a lot of sound or it's too jingly, then that is a great option. Watches too. So if you are going to be giving a presentation or you're moving your hands or a lot or something, it's nice to have that polished, finished look to your outfit. And then lastly, I wanted to show some full looks. So mostly when you're video conferencing, people are only seeing the top up. But say, for example, you're in a big group and you have to, you know, step out and grab a drink of water. You want to make sure you are prepared and covered, you know. I think we all have seen those classic posts of the image of a guy in his boxers and a suit jacket, you know, doing his video conference call. Those are great and funny, but, you know, depending on how long your conference call is, there might be a time where you have to jump up. So be prepared for that. There's so many really great joggers. Those are sweatpants that are polished and really fashionable right now. Or a nice pair of leggings is easy to pull together. I'll show you, here's some great menswear options too. The burgundy jacket on the far right is also a knit fabric. So again, really stretchy and comfortable. There's so many ways to do this to still be in that comfort zone and that working from home feel.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I would suggest people to think about is, you know, even if you let's say you spend a lot of time writing a good proposal, right? You have compelling selling point, but then you still need the graphic design for the font, how you lay it out, and how you present it, so people will look at it more seriously. You know, kind of like this right now. If you want to present a professional environment and you want people to treat you as a professional, by spending a little time, you know, getting your looks right, you know, it matters. I think, you know, these are the fine detail that, you know, people still look at, and if you don't care about those, you might lose out opportunities.
Absolutely. I mean, somebody who shows up to a video conference who looks as presentable as if they were coming into an office, you know, compared to somebody who has their college, you know, hoodie sweatshirt on, those are going to leave two different lasting impressions, and you want to leave the most professional impression that represents your brand.
So how, like if they wanted to start building, let's say they're not really ready for this, like how many pieces do you think they need to do to create like different looks for, let's say, work day of, 5 days a week?
Sure. Oftentimes you hear about wardrobe essentials, and there are different examples that you can look at, anywhere from 7 to 10 different wardrobe essential items.
Mm-hmm.
I would call out some of my top recommendations would be a great polished t-shirt. So whether that's white, whether that's a dark charcoal or black, that can be up to you. And then a really, really great solid sport coat. Again, that third layer piece really ties looks together. So go for a dark charcoal or a navy. Those are going to be your most versatile pieces. And then a really great pair of dark jeans. Now, if we're talking work from home, maybe that's not going to be your first option that you're going to go for.
Mm-hmm.
But those are some really great starter pieces.
So what would be a routine if from a stylist standpoint? Let's say I wake up, I'm about to go to work. Are there a specific routines that you recommend viewer to, have this look and be consistent and, because I see that people are sometimes are different, because normally I'll run into them, they dress all nice.
Yeah.
In a networking event now, they're working from home. We're all working from home. Then I guess they didn't pay as much attention to it. Like, are there any routines that you could recommend that we can all stick together?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to maintain, all of us working from home and most of us staying at home 24/7 can really blur the minutes into hours and different days into the same long span of time. And that can be really challenging for our brains, who are used to waking up, going into an office setting surrounded by our coworkers. Now we have to completely transition that thought into, stepping into our kitchen table and sitting down, and now triggering our brain, this is work mode. So creating routines is going to be really important. Getting out of bed, washing your face, moisturizing, brushing your teeth, getting dressed. So changing out of those pajamas and putting on, it still can be something comfortable, but putting on something polished, and then creating that routine in your brain to say, okay, now we're moving into work mode.
Yeah, that's really, really good advice. So I'll definitely share this video to, well, not to, I'll make it as a good suggestion,
Okay.
For a lot of people. I think that's a really good advice, because, if you're pitching to potential prospect, how you look is really everything. It goes back to the
Yeah.
proposal. A proposal, if you don't prepare it properly, then people won't treat it as seriously as if you put it all together in a nice folder, nice branded logos and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So personal branding is a must, I think. And Carolyn, if you like, I'll include your information in our post. So if any
Yeah.
viewer want to reach out to you, I'll have them contact you directly.
Okay. I would love that.
All right, thank you so much for coming on today, and thank you for all the
Yeah.
information.
Thanks for having me, Swire.
All
Everyone
right,
have a
take
great day.
care.
All right. Bye-bye.